Welcome to Motherhood Aligned and Assigned, where we help guide mothers from symptoms to solutions.
We're Dr. Serena and Dr. Veronica Schultz, nervous system specialists helping families discover the missing link in their wellness journey.
Join us as we translate complex health challenges into simple, actionable solutions for you and your children.
Because your family deserves to thrive,
not just survive.
All right, Dr. Veronica and I have noticed a set of two trends when it comes to people who find our office. A lot of times people find us when they've tried everything else. And so we either get one group that they come in because they said, we ran labs and my doctor says I'm fine. Everything is normal. And me, coming from this functional medicine background, I'm like, well, probably not, but we can chat. And then we have the other end of the spectrum, the people who have already dove way in deep into the functional route, and they've had $600 stool tests and EKGs for their heart because maybe something's wrong with their heart, and MRIs, like all of these things, right? And the Dutch test, it's like $500 plus. And they're like, oh, my labs are terrible. Like, I'm dying.
Basically.
Right? And all these supplements cost this much, and this detox is this much, and it's going to take this much time, and I have to do this specific diet. And they are torn they don't know which direction to go because they're overwhelmed with all of the options, right? So we have, my physician said everything's fine, or my functional medicine doctor said I have all of these things wrong with me. And it's going to take this like thousands of dollars protocol to get to my gut. It's usually the gut, get my gut back on track. And a lot of times those people that go the gut route, they spend thousands of dollars and months and change their diets and like uproot their whole life to kind of feel okay and be stressed, and their nervous system is more stressed, and they're not very happy, and they come to us and like, I don't know what else to do, but I've already spent this much money, so I don't want to spend any more money, but you should tell me what to do next.
Literally.
And what we're probably going to tell you is, how's your nervous system? Well, we're not going to tell you. We're going to ask you, how's your nervous system? And we're going to scan you with our insight scans that tell us, what's the balance of your nervous system look like? Are you full throttle on the gas pedal, which is keeping you in fight or flight, in which you can't tap into rest and digest your gut, the brain-gut connection? How are your energy levels at each segment of your nervous system doing that we can peek in through your spine? Or is it really shut down and there's no tone there, so isn't this brain-gut connection? Probably. We have objective ways to measure, hey, your nervous system's not online, and it's the foundation for everything. And so, what if? Just gonna throw it out there. This is what I have to do with the people who just like have so much information at their fingertips, and so many functional providers who all have their expertise. It's like, okay, hear me out. Hear me out. You can do all these other things, but your nervous system is the foundation. It is the master system, air traffic control for all other cells, organ, tissues of your body. And it's not glamorous, right? I'm not going to make you take something 3 times a day and change your diet, and it's going to seem really silly to like coming from this like big, hefty functional route that we're simply removing stress from your nervous system so that you can adapt and heal the way you were designed to, right? That your body can do this itself. You can do so much itself if we remove what's in the way. And we're just removing what's in the way. We're not adding a bunch of stuff, which feels too easy for people who've come from the functional route.
Right.
And it seems bizarre from people who are coming from their primary care physician who is like ran a CBC. Say like, well, you're not anemic. Good luck. Like,
Dr. Serena's feeling spicy today.
Yeah. Look, I think we're both feeling a little spicy. But it can be really frustrating to know like this, I'm this far into practice and I'm pretty dang confident that we can get you pretty far by regulating your nervous system. When I see your scans and I put your story together, I know we can make leaps and bounds. And then if we need to touch up with functional medicine and get the parasites out of your body, fine. Let's find someone that can do that.
But here's what's like driving me absolutely crazy is that, like, yes, fine, you need to do a parasite cleanse. That's wonderful. If your liver is offline, if your spleen and your kidneys and your bowels are offline, where are those parasites going to go? Right? Like, it's like, why do we keep, I understand gut health and like, and I understand this is kind of like an us problem, right? Because we need to get out there to these funk med docs and be like, hey, we just need one more layer before you do all of these things. But the problem is that we as a society have gotten so knowledgeable about the gut that we've forgot the basics, right? It's like, it's just like you were saying, there's like, you know, there's detoxes and tinctures and supplements and all of these things, you know, like stand on one foot, jump up and down and do a backflip while you're drinking this like milk thistle. I don't even know if you can drink milk thistle. On the full moon. Seriously, is like, you know, Mercury in retrograde or whatever they call it. Like, my goodness, you're going to do all of these things to a gut system that's offline. I mean, that'd be like, you have like I'm looking at all my wires here and I'm thinking you have like an extension cord and you're like, I'm just going to keep plugging things into it until it starts working when you just need to like plug it into the wall, right? Like put it into source. Like that is literally what it's like, is we're adding all these things that sure might help in some ways. And they do help. It's not that I'm saying they don't help. It's just that if you don't do the foundation and the basics first, you are literally throwing things at a system that is already overwhelmed with what it currently has. And I hate to say this, but also not, you're kind of causing more damage because now after, so, and I think where I'm getting like spicy about this is like, I'm seeing patients in the middle of their decision-making skills, right? Where it's like, for the first probably year of practice, it was like, I got the people who had already tried it all and they were like, no one else can help me. What do I do? Now I'm getting a wave of patients of like, I have choices and I haven't necessarily done it yet, but I'm trying to decide. And I'm just watching them like collapse at this level of, should I try this? And should I try that? And should I try this? And it's looking very similar to my patients who come from the medical world, right? Because they're just guessing. That's what it is. Like they're just guessing. Well, that didn't work. So let's
like way
get
more
this.
Expensive guesses.
Exactly.
Too.
And so now it's like I'm watching these patients. I know we're going to see them in our office eventually because it's like I'm watching them be dysregulated going into this practitioner's office, try something, get hopeful, try something, lose their hope, say, oh, let's try this instead. Try that thing, lose their hope. They're also paying for all these things in the process. And then they come to us, like Dr. Serena said, broke and dysregulated and sad and being like, what can you do for me? And it's like, man, I just wish, I wish we could catch you and we could say the right things to have you hear us. Because you're right.
What
it's
do we
so
need to
simple.
say?
Literally. I know. It's like, and I think that you hit it the nail on the head. It's like, it's too simple. Because I'm literally like, well, we just need to release the stress. And they're like, well, that can't be it. So I need to try all these things first. Yeah. And then, oh, it didn't work that. Well, you know, I didn't get the results I wanted to. And so now I'm back into your office. And it's like, man, I want these things to work for you. I really do. And that's why I want you to go through the office first. So that after your gut is online, after your liver is functioning and detoxing properly, you know, then you take that and you do whatever you want with it. Yeah.
Well, I got that off our chest.
Thank you for listening to our TED Talk.
Have a good day. Okay. So I have a good example just to paint a picture of how the nervous system can, once interference is removed, can do incredible things. So I have a patient. She came in. She was referred to us by a friend who's like, no, seriously, this is life-changing. Just give it a shot. Because she was at a loss. Her heart rate was spiking after she did sports and when her job got stressful. But she was like, she cognitively knew. She's like, this shouldn't be that stressful. But my heart rate spikes and it doesn't come back down for the rest of the day. And then I'm exhausted by dinner time and I have to like, take a nap or something. It's just terrible. It's just this cycle of does anything that requires like tapping a little bit into fight or flight, gets way stuck in fight or flight and then can't come out of it no matter what she does. Like breathing exercises, all these things. And so she was ramping up to go get blood tests to see like all of the lab markers for her heart health to see like, okay, something might be wrong with my heart, that's like a whole process you have to go through. It's like primary care physician, then get referred to by a cardiologist, and then get the labs if they agree to run the labs, all those things. And then she was considering like, right, we can consider supplements, like what supplements can just calm me down and relax me, like all of these things. And she comes from like a medical background as far as education, right? So this was like a tough one to just have really sharp communication skills on conveying the story I saw in her scans and how that was relating to how she was doing, right? There was a lot of stress on her upper cervicals, vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is our brake pedal. Okay? It's a rest and digest. So the vagus nerve can slow down our heart rate, can slow down our breathing and respiration, can turn on digestion. It is directly correlated with the tone of our digestive system, by the way, and directly correlated with our immune system that's linked to our digestive system. And so my theory is like, look, this isn't on my list of things that I've helped, right? I haven't directly helped with improving heart rate and fight or flight in this acute manner. But overall, there's stress here on the vagus nerve, and we got to get that off and see what happens. And it took a whole, like the first phase of her care, the first 12 visits, like not a lot of change, rescanned. I had to change up the technique I was using. And then in this second phase of care, huge difference. Yay. She's like, I'm having good days. Like I'm playing pickleball and I'm not, like my heart rate isn't skyrocketing and it comes back down. I'm not exhausted by dinner time. Yay. I didn't need a nap today. She's like, but I suck at pickleball because I can't get into fight or flight. She's like, for the first time in years. She's like, for the first time in years, I'm not winning, which is really interesting. Yeah, her body's like way let off the gas pedal. And she's like, I can't get it.
But I just think that's so typical of the process, right? It's like healing. We think that healing means turning everything off, but that's actually still that's almost like when you get into repair, right? Because it's like you come in on one end, whether you're too low or too high, and then your body swings to the other side, right? And gets stuck there too. But it's like, now we're going to help it repair and actually be able to go back and forth.
I find that it's the other side that they weren't able to tap into. The body just spends time there tapping into
like,
that.
Yes, finally we did it.
Rebuilding that until it can find balance. But she doesn't have to go get all those heart like blood tests and scans now,
crazy?
Right? Because she did get an EKG for her heart. She's like, well, it was normal, so I don't know. It's like, well, the root issue was not that your heart was all of a sudden like beating faster and doesn't know how to regulate itself, right? The organ does what the nervous system tells it to do, no matter what. So that's just like I feel like that's a very crystal clear example of let's look at the root cause. And chiropractors are always going to say that they can get you to the root cause because we are one of the only providers that are directly interacting with and removing stress from the nervous system, which is your master system. And that's just how it is. So we're going to feel like we know the answers all the time. But a lot of us are a little cocky because we see cool stuff. Yeah. And we forget to be humble.
I feel like it's not even just cockiness at this point. Because I think the cockiness would be like if we were going off of pure intuition, right? Which some of our profession does.
I would say, I said, some of us are cocky.
Yes, that's true.
Not all of us.
That's true. Yeah. Some are like, we're just so cool. Because, like, seriously, even without the framework that we operate under PX, you can get amazing things done in chiropractic in general. It really is. And it's not that we're doing anything different within chiropractic. We're just changing our intention and we're changing the approach. And we're almost like, we're making sure to never get too cocky. I mean, it's pretty cool. Too cocky. Because we still have to, hear you out. I mean, I still have to know what's changing every time you come. I still need your insight. I can't just, it's not me doing these things. It's like me understanding your body so that I can then educate your body how to understand itself, right? And I can't do any of that without scans, without your insight, without, so it's like, it's a team effort. But then as a team, we'll go off because the craziest things happen. And it's so cool to, I would say I'm pretty cocky about my ability to see my patients. I will say that. I'm very good at that.
Yeah. So it's all about searching for, like, in your quest to figure out what's going on, have you considered that it's your nervous system? And that at some point in your life, have you experienced emotional, physical, chemical stress that's been more than your nervous system can process at once, and so you're in this storm, right? Or for my older people, not old people, older people who aren't kids, right? It's just been a lifetime of just general emotional, physical, chemical stress. And so that just builds up to create an older generation that's just like a slow storm that's compounded over time, and not this like acute traumatic birth or...
Well, there's that too. It's just the body's compensated, and then now we're in a different set of...
Yeah.
Well, amazing. So whether you are in the category of like, I've done all the things, and now I don't know where else to go. I used to call us that office. Like, so many people came to us. I used to call us the office that people came to when no one else knew what to go to. And I just feel like we're getting called into a new segment of people who don't need to go through that journey. They can find us first, and then we will help you, refer to that funk med doc. It's not that that's another part of the cockiness that we don't have, right? It's like, I will never say that all you need in your life is chiropractic care. I truly don't believe that. But I will say you need chiropractic care first for all the things in your life. And I will die on that hill.
Yeah, that's a good hill. Okay, I will pray us out. Okay. Dear Lord, thank you for all of the beautiful minds that you have created and put on this earth to help us navigate our fallen world that comes with dis-ease and dysfunction and sickness. Lord, thank you for this path that Dr. Veronica and I have found to help people get to the root cause and bring a piece of heaven down to earth in healing so that your creation can live as optimally as you designed. In your name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us on Motherhood Aligned and Assigned.
We hope today's episode helped you connect the dots in your family's health journey.
Remember, this is where nervous system health meets motherhood wisdom.
Until next time, we're Dr. Veronica Schiltz
and Dr. Serena Kaufman, supporting you as you nurture your family's well-being.
Because when you're aligned, everyone thrives.